Aloha Kauai, here's our COVID-19 briefing from Team Kauai for Friday, October 16th. Happy Aloha Friday. We have no active cases on Kauai and one individual in quarantine as a close contact of an Oahu case. Our cumulative case count remains at 59. Our police department continues to monitor nearly 2,000 people who are in travel-related quarantine. A majority of those are Kauai residents who have traveled off-island and returned. For additional information, please visit the Kauai Emergency Management Agency website at www.kauai.gov/COVID-19. Yesterday was the first day of the Governor and Lieutenant Governor's new Safe Travels program, and we wanted to give you a brief recap of how things went at Lihue Airport. Mainland and inter-island passengers were screened by Roberts Hawaii contractors, National Guard, Kauai Police, and members of our incident management team who usually work here in our EOC. Screening of arriving passengers went as expected. There were some glitches and gaps that we identified, and we are working with the state to resolve those issues. Overall, it went reasonably well, and we successfully screened approximately 1,300 passengers on Wednesday. Majority of our incoming mainland passengers had taken a COVID-19 test and tested negative, so they were exempt from quarantine. Roughly 300 travelers were placed in quarantine, either for a full 14 days because they opted not to take a test, or they had tested but not yet received results. Those travelers must self-quarantine until their results can be uploaded to their Safe Travels program. Many passengers arrived without a Safe Travels digital form. This resulted in longer wait times as all incoming arrivals must complete a Safe Travels digital form before they can leave the airport. Uploading this form at the airport creates delays, so travelers are encouraged to upload their travel profiles prior to your flight by visiting the website travel.hawaii.gov. Additionally, any traveler who is subject to quarantine must complete a Kauai arrival form. This form will be provided to you at the Lihue Airport and collected by law enforcement. This information allows our police officers and National Guard personnel to conduct physical quarantine compliance checks. Travelers who complete their Safe Travels digital form ahead of time and successfully upload their test results prior to travel will have a much quicker screening process upon arrival. Again, here's the current process for both mainland and inter-island travelers. Upon confirming your flight arrangements, all travelers must submit their information to the Safe Travels digital form, which can be found online at travel.hawaii.gov. All incoming travelers are subject to a mandatory quarantine. However, mainland and inter-island travelers may take a COVID test within 72 hours of travel and will be exempt from quarantine upon proof of a negative test result. In order to qualify for an exemption, tests must be taken by one of the state's trusted testing partners. The list of approved trusted testing partners can be found online at hawaiicovid19.com/travel-partners. Your Safe Travels digital form will be screened upon arrival to verify your quarantine status. Those subject to quarantine are prohibited from renting a vehicle or staying in a TVR per the Governor's emergency proclamation. Additionally, those subject to quarantine must complete an additional Kauai arrival form. This form will be provided to you at Lihue Airport. As a reminder, per our Mayor's Emergency Rule 20, inter-island travelers are now included in the state's Safe Travels program. This means incoming inter-island passengers can take a test within 72 hours of arriving on Kauai to be exempt from quarantine. The test must be taken by a trusted testing partner and must be taken on the island of departure. In other words, you cannot take a test on Kauai, then fly to Oahu for the weekend, and use your Kauai test to be exempt from quarantine. For more information on the state's Safe Travel program, visit hawaiicovid19.com. For the full list of our local mayor's emergency rules, visit www.kauai.gov/COVID-19. We're hopeful that increased messaging on the travel requirements will lead to better prepared travelers and quicker screening time at the airport. Overall, travelers seem to expect the added inconvenience of traveling during a pandemic. At the county level, we'll continue to commit necessary resources to helping keep our community safe. One of the safety issues we are most passionate about is creating a second post-arrival test for incoming travelers. While Kauai's mandatory post-arrival test program was denied, we continue to push a voluntary post-travel test program for our Transpac travelers. To help encourage post-arrival testing, the county is offering free testing for returning residents who recently traveled to the mainland. Our mainland visitors will be charged for tests, but will receive gift cards and vouchers to local restaurants and businesses to help encourage their participation. The Transpac post-arrival testing program for both visitors and returning residents will begin on Monday, October 19th. For more detailed information on our post-arrival testing program, please visit kauai.gov/COVID-19. Staying in quarantine for 14 days after travel is the best way to contain the disease, but the second best option is to take a post-arrival test no sooner than 3 days after arrival. While additional testing helps us to detect disease early, we know our case numbers will inevitably increase over the coming weeks and months. We can control our risk of catching or spreading the virus by diligently following these simple steps. Please wear your mask indoors or outdoors anytime you are in the presence of people who are not members of your immediate household. Keep at least a 6-foot distance from others whenever possible. Wash your hands regularly, sanitize your environment, and avoid group gatherings. Halloween is coming up, and the State Department of Health has issued some guidance on how to celebrate without putting our families at risk. While the Department of Health recommends against traditional door-to-door trick-or-treating, as it can be high-risk activity, trick-or-treating will be allowed here on Kauai. Those who do plan to trick-or-treat should wear masks if age 5 or over, and stay with your households in a group less than 10. Halloween should be focused on trick-or-treating for keiki and not for large gatherings. As a reminder, gatherings are limited to 25 outdoors and 10 indoors. There are many creative ways to have a safe, fun Halloween that doesn't involve traditional trick-or-treating. You can find national recommendations if you search for holiday celebrations at cdc.gov. We are pleased to announce that the Kupa'a Kauai Rise to Work program has hired 275 displaced workers on Kauai in full or part-time positions, all of which included the option for free health insurance. It has provided an opportunity to return to the workforce and a hopeful step forward. For the nearly 100 nonprofits and local businesses hosting these Rise to Work hires, these positions are helping them keep their doors open. This program would not be possible without the support of ProService Hawaii, and we are thankful to the team at ProService Hawaii for their continued partnership. I can't emphasize this enough. We all need to take precautions to keep our virus numbers low. Masks, distance, cleanliness, and avoiding large gatherings. Thank you, Kauai, for being responsible. Your diligence is helping us to keep this virus contained. We thank you for understanding the role you play in mitigating the spread of COVID-19 on our island. Please continue to